Today we're going to talk about No Money. Yep, I said we were going to talk about this anime, and we finally are. Now, No Money is the English translation to it. It does come in Japanese, and yes, it does have subtitling. I cannot pronunciate the Japanese version, but just take my word for it. It is a good anime. I will put the Japanese name at the end of the video so you guys can find it. It's better if you guys look it up through its original Japanese name rather than trying to find it through the English dub, because you will not find footage. It was very hard for me. In fact, this footage actually came from my iPod. So let's dive into No Money. I can tell you our main character with the blonde hair, his name is Aizawa. That is the only name I've been able to pronunciate. I do not know the name of the guy that he is with, which he came to terms underneath that guy under some circumstances that was beyond his control. Let's just dive right in and just say this, that this had 4 OVAs to it, and it did have several books, which I have read the books. I read them online, and I'm kind of glad they stopped at 4, because it just got more complicated with him going to school and having this guy as his owner. Because at the beginning, which I may or may not cut because it does get a bit graphic, but not much. Basically, the premise is that he gets drugged up and he's sold in the underground sex trade by his only cousin. And our other secondary main hero, who is the man who has the more darker hair, he paid in cash a suitcase full of money for this kid. But it wasn't just because he's like, yeah, I'm just going to buy this kid so he can be mine. No, apparently they had a friendship at one point, and he was just trying to redo the favor. But of course, it took a different route. But with this anime, I'm going to say the same thing I've said about the other ones. Yes, it is one of my favorites. The colors are really good. The animation is really good. Both voice actors for these characters are really good. The boy is about 18 years old, and the guy who buys him is about 25 years old. I found that out through the actual books. And he owns a business. He's trying to have a relationship with this kid. And, you know, the kid is not, he doesn't remember everything that happened, which is interesting because I had actually forgot which, actually, I remember. The 4 OVAs do follow book 1, 2, 3, and 4. It does. But what it doesn't show you is that you think at the last OVA that he's accepted his slavery to this guy, when in actuality, no, he hasn't. And they have this really rocky relationship where you kind of don't know how you should feel for this boy. Should you be like, yeah, he should not be in this relationship, he should try to get out as soon as possible? Sorry, had to get a drink. Or in a way, he's like, yeah, I should accept this, and this is how it's going to be. I don't have a choice at this point. Because he really doesn't have a choice. Aizawa has no family. He only has his cousin who sold him. And I think that is like, that's cold that you could do that to a relative of any kind. But anyway, let's get on to this. This animation is good. It's not as good as My Sexual Harassment, but each one has their own forms of it. I love Aizawa. I think he's just the sweetest boy. And the character design that they picked for him was very creative. They mixed Japanese and American with him. And I think that's really good because it's you don't really get to hear from the characters what nationality they are. And that's what I love about this anime. And his eyes are just so beautiful. I mean, they're almost like orbs. They're so beautiful to look at. I mean, that's part of his character, that he's very soft-spoken. He's very fragile, you know, kind of like a little gem. And the guy obviously talking to him is the man who bought him, and you know, he tried at the beginning to be gentle and to try to be understanding, but that changed to rape. Yeah, real quick. Well, obviously in the book there was a little more to it, but in the anime obviously they couldn't put everything, so it leaves to your imagination what's going on. Oh, excuse me. But here's the other question I have for a lot of these yaois and a lot of anime in general. Why are their beds so big? I mean, that bed is huge. I don't even know what size that would be. And even when you look at the pillows that Aizawa is laying on, they're huge. Why do you need pillows that big and that many? This guy, 25 years old, works at a business. Obviously, he's very successful. He has a very big house. Very big closet, very big bed, and he's a single man. Okay. And yes, guys, I know. I see the difference here right now. You're saying there's no way he's 25, he's got to be 40. Well, he's not. He actually really is 25 years old. The books are very hard to find online, but there are some yaoi free websites you can go to and you can read yaoi books. I have 2 websites I go to myself on a daily basis. I go and read. But I read all of them, and I have to say the books were very, very good. The drama in them were good. Unfortunately, it did not come to the anime, but don't let that stop you. This anime is released on 2 DVDs. I have 1, and there are 4 OVAs, so there's like 2 episodes on each DVD, and you also get bonus little episodes too, with, you know, that are just like for fun and everything. Kind of like, you know, the little fun OVAs to Black Butler, but a little different. So here's my thing. And many people may or may not agree with me on this, but I think that Aizawa's situation could happen. You know, somebody could get into this situation where they're stuck with one person and there's no way out. And yes, it could end up being a relationship because, yes, at the end of the book series, Aizawa finally wants to be with this guy. After they've been through all this drama and all this fighting and hardship that they had, because Aizawa, in a way, lost his memory. He doesn't know what really happened. And I'm gonna say this, guys, I have all 4 OVAs on this video right now that I'm recording. I'm gonna try and put bits and scenes from each one up, and like I said at the end, I am going to put the Japanese name of this. In fact, I'm actually going to list the video as the Japanese name and put no money at the very end of it so you guys can look it up. The other thing is with this anime is the voice actors. Aizawa's voice, you can definitely tell it is a kid of 18. However, it's a very soft, feminine voice. It's very interesting comparing to the other gentleman who his voice is a little more deeper. And like I did with Level C, I'm going to pick one particular scene and I'm going to let them talk so you guys can hear their voices. And hopefully you guys will want to check this out. It's very good. It is hard to find. I've actually gotten a lot of my yaois, actually, believe it or not, from FYE, and they are hard to find. They're usually mixed in with the hentai. But if you find one that you've seen on my videos, definitely give it a try. You know, don't just ditch it. They are good. I think No Money took a little more pushes and a little more risk than the other ones. But all in all, oh, excuse me, it is a good movie. It is worth checking out, guys. And I really can't say any more than what I have about this movie. It will definitely tug at your heartstrings at some points because you're wondering what Aizawa is going to do. And to answer any of your questions, no, he never tries to escape. He never tries to run away. In fact, there was an incident where he had gotten drugged and he was attempting to get raped by this other guy, and our main hero actually kidnapped the guy's daughter and shoved her into a suitcase and basically came up and had this bad look on his face like, yeah, you're gonna mess with my kid or my boy, I'm gonna mess with yours. And it just showed that he was gonna stop at nothing to save Aya, to do whatever he had to make sure Aya was safe. But that's all we have for today. I'm Jahaya Moondragon, and I will see you in the next anime. Bye-bye!
いつまでかかってんだお前は。
加納さん。
こんなことなら一緒に入りゃよかったな。この前風呂でやった時もお前の声とかすげえ響いてかなりいい感じだったしよ。
話してください。